Hello everybody, my name is Eugene Chang from Freedom Profits, and today I would like to talk about the ultimate guide to running Amazon PPC to grow your Amazon e-commerce business. Now I'm going to discuss all the nitty-gritty, so be sure to have your pen and paper ready to write down notes, or you can always watch this video again. Cool, let's rock and roll. So what will you learn today in this presentation? First of all, you will learn about Amazon sponsored ads components, the structure of Amazon ads campaigns, and the correct way of setting it up. You will also learn how to set up your very own Amazon PPC campaign the correct way, a 3-step process to create it. And also, I'll give you a couple of tips that you can do when you are running your Amazon ads during holiday season. Now, Amazon sponsored product ads, also known as PPC, your pay-per-click, it plays an important role when it comes to growing Amazon business, especially in today's highly competitive Amazon marketplace. Sellers need to stand up from the crowd and fight for placements in order to gain visibility from potential customers and to generate sales and conversions. So apart from that, you need reviews in order to generate sales, but you also need sales in order to generate reviews. And since Amazon has banned the incentivized reviews, how do you trigger the cycle to get sales and reviews again? Now, this is where Amazon sponsored product ads come into play. So how can you utilize sponsored product ads to build your Amazon e-commerce business? Here are the 3 main benefits that you reap from running Amazon PPC. Now, the most crucial time to run PPC is when you launch your new products to the marketplace. Sponsored product ads will help increase visibility among potential customers so you can start selling, make a profit, and also start getting reviews in. Now, the second one is to running sponsored product ads will help attract and also acquire new customers for your business. Now, this amazing tool will help sellers like yourself acquire new customers and first building your brand and your audience. And third one is, sponsored product ads can help boost product sales and also BSR, which is the bestseller rankings. As your sales increase through sponsored product ads, so does your rankings. And this will help increase organic searchability, and you will be able to leverage on this and increase your sales as well. So here's a table of terminologies used throughout this article. I know some of you are already familiar with this, but please bear with me as I want those who are not familiar with these terms to be on the same page as well. Alrighty, now BSR is also known as the bestseller rank, and this is calculated based on your sales velocity and is updated hourly to reflect the recent and also your historical sales velocity. And the next one is CPC, or known as a cost per click. This is mainly an internet advertising model that is used to direct traffic to product listings, in which sellers pay Amazon when the ad is clicked. To calculate CPC for your ads, all you need to do is use the sum of your ad spend divided by the sum of clicks. Now, this is to show your average amount you have to spend to get a click. Now, for example, your ad spend is $20 and you get 20 clicks. So your CPC will be $20 divided by 20, which gives you cost per click of $1. So cost per click CPC is vital to understand how much you are paying to win clicks, and calculate your ROI as well, your return on investment. Now here's a pro tip: the higher the cost per click, the higher the competition and demand for that keyword. Very similar to Google AdWords as well, or even Facebook. So if we know that the cost per click is pretty high, that means we know that the competition and the demand for that particular keyword in that industry is high as well. And next is the CTR, which is the click-through rate. This is the ratio showing how often people see your ad who end up clicking on it. Now, CTR can be used to gauge how well your keywords and ads are performing. To calculate CTR for your ads, use the number of clicks received by your ads and use that number divided by the number of times the ads is shown, which is also known as impressions. For instance, if you have 20 clicks with 2,000 impressions, then your CTR would be 20 clicks divided by 2,000, which gives you a click-through rate of 1%. And the next one is the ACOS, which is advertising cost of sale. This is the last one I'm going to go through with you. And the key metric used to measure performance of your Amazon ad campaigns. Now, if you already started running Amazon ads, you probably see this ACOS on the far right of your campaign, and the ACOS indicates the ratio of the ad spend to targeted sales, and is calculated using the total ad spend divided by the attributed sales. What does that mean? So, for instance, your ad spend for an ad group is $200, and the ad generated $2,000 worth of sales, and then your ACOS will be $200 of ad spend divided by 2,000, which gives you an ACOS of 10%. Now, here's a tip, like you need to calculate your ACOS and to ensure you are making, you're not making a loss when you're running, sponsored ads. Sorry for the typo there. And I will go through the calculation of ACOS later on in this presentation, so you know how to calculate and you know how much ACOS of the percentage you can go up to in order to not making a loss. Now, I'll show you a couple of sponsored ads examples here. The first one is the Amazon sponsored ads shown on the search results page. The first ad is shown on the very top of the page, and this is known as the headline search ads, and you will be able to display up to 3 products in this ad. That's pretty neat, isn't it? And the second one is the normal sponsored ads, which is shown right here, and right below the headline ads, and I'll show you how to set it up later. And if you notice, what's missing here is the right hand rail column ads. Amazon recently removed that to focus more on the headline search ads. And right here is a screenshot of Amazon sponsored ads shown on competitors' product listings. So right at the bottom, so Amazon will show shoppers on other products they might be interested in. You might have noticed as AC numbers being shown in your search term ad report as well, and you probably wondered why would anyone search for AC number and clicked on it. Well, want to know more? This AC number shown in your ad report means that your product was advertised in this particular section here in the competitors' product listing. And here's another screenshot of the Amazon sponsored ads shown on your mobile. As you can see, the ads took up the entire screen on the mobile, and you will need to scroll down to see the listings rank organically. And this goes to show how much Amazon emphasizes the sponsored product ads. Now, before we get started on creating or setting up any ad campaigns, you first need to know components that define a campaign and understand how to structure a good campaign so you can manage your campaigns efficiently and effortlessly, and also be rewarded by Amazon's A9 algorithm. Alright, looking at this image, basically you have only 2 campaigns running for each product, and one's automatic targeting and the other is the manual targeting. And there's only one ad group running for automatic targeting ads as well. So keywords guaranteed, everything's generated, not guaranteed, generated automatically by Amazon. So meaning Amazon will generate the keywords in the automatic targeting campaign. And for each of the manual targeting campaign that you create, you need to create 3 separate ad groups for each keyword match type, specifically broad targeting, phrase targeting, and the exact match types. And for each of these match type, you want to have all your keywords listed here, the keywords that you did your research on. I would detail each component for a sponsored ad campaign so you have a better understanding of how to create and structure your product ads campaigns. So for automatic targeting campaigns, Amazon's algorithm selects keyword based on your listing content and competitors' product listing. So it's quick and easy to set up an automatic targeting campaign. But the downside is that you have less control of keywords to target, because keywords are selected by Amazon for automatic targeting. Sometimes it can be irrelevant and also questionable at times. Hence, it's vital to add negative keywords to your campaign. And negative keywords is like a blacklist of keywords. So the keywords listed in it will not be bid on by Amazon's algorithm. So keep in mind that clicks without conversion will only lead to wasted ad spend. Hence, I emphasize constantly the importance of adding negative keywords into your automatic targeted campaign. And to get all these negative keywords, where do you find it? You can find all this in the search term ad report, which I'll explain later on in this presentation. As for the manual targeting campaign, you will need to manually insert keywords to be used for bidding. Now, these are 3 types of keywords match that you can select from and need to create all 3 within each keyword categories. So the first type, which I mentioned earlier on, is the broad match type. So the keyword can match a shopper's search term in any order along with other close variants of your keyword. So meaning if you're selling fishing bait for bass and Amazon, the broad match could be the best fishing bait for bass. It could be including spelling errors and all those. So it's really broad match targeting. You might get fish baits as well when people search for it, because it's related to fishing and it is very broad targeting. And the next one is the phrase match type. So the keyword can match with shopper's search term that consists additional keywords before or after it, and then also minor misspellings and also plurals as well. So for example, if you're selling bidding for fishing bait for bass, sea bass, and it could be the phrase match could be the best fishing bait for bass, fishing bait for bass in saltwater. I'm not into fishing, but I'm just taking a guess. Yeah, and any words that comes additional before or after it, minor misspellings, plurals, doesn't matter. Phrase type will be shown in there. And the third one is the exact match, and this, pretty much self-explanatory. The keyword has to match the shopper's search terms exactly without any other terms in the search, and only minor misspellings and plurals are allowed in this match type. So keyword bidding, just like any other PPC platforms, Amazon sponsored products will charge you for a click, regardless of whether or not the shopper purchases your advertised products. So how does keyword bidding works? Basically, Amazon sellers will try to outbid each other in order to gain ad placement and visibility that might lead to a click and subsequently a sales conversion. A bid is a maximum dollar amount that you're willing to spend per ad click, and most of the time the amount charged is slightly lower than your bid. So when you're creating a new ad campaign, Amazon will assist you with a suggested bid of 75 cents. So the suggested bid is the dollar amount recommended based on the amount of competitors and also their bids for that particular keyword in order to win the ad auction. Some of you might have noticed the Amazon Bid Plus checkbox when creating your ad campaign as well. So when you enable this, Bid Plus will automatically raise your default campaign or ad group bids up to 50%, and the ads won using Bid Plus will be shown in the very top row of the search page result. So keep in mind that your average cost per click will increase as well when using Bid Plus, but your daily budget won't increase, as that is fixed until you have changed it. And also keep in mind that you need to take into action usage of Bid Plus when setting up your daily budget, so you don't run out of budget in a very short period of time, because you need to take into account that the bid plus will bid your keyword up to 50%. So keep in mind, that you need to take into consideration when you set your daily budget. And now I'll show you the 3-step process to creating a successful ad campaign. And by now you should have a better understanding of how Amazon sponsored ad products work and all the nitty-gritty. Let's start implementing what you need to have learned to create a successful ad campaign. Now, the step 1, firstly, is you need to insert your campaign name, and I suggest using the format product and also alongside ad targeting type for ease of ad management. Now, for instance, if you're selling fishing lures, then you can name it Fishing Lures Auto Targeting Campaign. Now, the next step is you need to insert a daily budget for the campaign, and you need to have a minimum of $1 to get started. I suggest having a daily budget based on the amount of keywords you have and also the optimum starting bid. For instance, if you have a total of 30 keywords and starting keyword bid for each keyword is, say, 50 cents, then your daily budget will have to be at least 50 cents times it by 30, so $15. Now, this will allow Amazon's algorithm to display your ads in a more efficient and effective manner. Also, keep in mind that if you select Bid Plus, you need to adjust your daily budget accordingly, which might have to add extra 50% on top of that. So $15 could be $22.50. Now, selecting a targeting type for the campaign is the next step, and also now just click next once you select the automatic targeting or menu targeting. In this case, we'll select we'll select manual targeting, and you can, once you've done it, continue to the next step, click the button, proceed to the next step, and the next step would be to insert your ad group name. And this is where you name each ad group based on the keyword and match type, and also select the product you want to advertise. So meaning if you're selling fishing lures, now you can have the ad group name as fishing lures for bass broad, broad meaning broad match type, keyword match type. So you know when you're organizing, when you're managing your ads, you're tweaking it, you know which ad you're actually working on. Now, for ease of management, just be as specific as possible when naming your ad group. Doesn't matter if the name is long. Just make sure you know which, as soon as you look at the title, the group name, you know which ad you're tweaking. Now, the third step is to insert your default bid for the ad group, and you can select the Bid Plus checkbox to optimize for visibility as well. I suggest providing your own keywords instead of using the suggested keywords by Amazon. There are plenty of online keyword research tools to use, such as Google Keyword Planner. There's like Fresh Key Tool, and the Tracker, Keyword Merchant, and many more. So insert your keywords and in this section and select the targeting type, whether it's broad, phrase, and exact. So we want to create three ad groups for each manual campaign, for each particular keyword. And for the ad group, and then once you finish, click on the Save and Finish button to complete the process. And I just want to emphasize it again, you want to create 3 targeting types for each keyword group. For instance, fishing lures for bass, broad targeting, that's one group. Fishing lures for bass, phrase type, match type, second group. And fishing lures for bass, exact match type, that's the third group. So each keyword that you're using, you want to create 3 different match types. So ideally, you want to create both automatic and manual targeting campaign for each product. Amazon's A9 algorithm will run more efficiently when you have both targeting types running together, and plus you get the keyword ideas when you run automatic targeting campaign in the search term report, which I'll show you later on how to get those keyword ideas. Now, You want to let your campaigns, both the campaigns, run about a week, without making any other adjustments or tweaking, not allowing the algorithm to work its way through. Keep in mind that it takes around 24 to 72 hours, which is according to Amazon, for Amazon to report and update any data for the campaigns. Now, utilizing the Amazon search term report. Now, it is important to keep track and optimize your ad campaigns for better delivery and ultimately sales conversions. Now, remember that the negative keywords I mentioned earlier on, this is where you can identify the negative keywords for your automatic targeting campaign. Once you have identified the list of negative keywords and you compile them in a list, upload them onto the ad group for your automatic campaign in the negative keywords section. So just by doing this, you will eliminate a lot of irrelevant clicks that will chew through your ad budget. And Amazon will also reward you with better impressions and lower cost per click for providing useful data to the algorithm. So the more you work with Amazon, the better algorithm will give better results for you. Now, how do you calculate your ideal ACOS? Now, here are the information that you will need to know in order to understand what number works for you so you don't make a loss, or I should say break the bank. Now, the first is the cost of goods. How much did you pay for the product? For instance, I've used $8 in this example. And next, you need your product selling price. Let's say you're selling your product for $26 on Amazon. And the third is to calculate your FBA fees. Now, the 15% Amazon selling fees, which you can calculate it, picking and packing fees can be found in your inventory page alongside with your order handling fees, and the monthly storage fees as well can be found in the Amazon help page. Or to make things easier, you can use the FBA revenue calculator. Just Google it, FBA revenue calculator, and it should be the first one that showed up. Or you can type in the link that I've given you here, which is sellercentral.amazon.com/HZ/FBA/profitability calculator. And last but not least, the miscellaneous costs such as shipping fees from manufacturers or yourself to Amazon's warehouse, labeling, and etc. We will be less conservative in this case, and we'll just set it as $2. So using the product selling price, $26 minus the cost, $8 minus FBA fees, $8, and the miscellaneous costs, $2, we have $8 it's remaining. So what does this $8 mean? Now, you know that with the $8 profit per unit sold, you can still spend up to $8 to get a sale and still be profitable. To calculate the ACOS threshold for your break-even point, all you need to do is simply divide it by the net profit from the selling price, which is $8, divided by $26, and you get 0.31, and we have that in percentage. So this means that you have a 31% ACOS threshold, and you can still be profitable on any campaigns that has this ACOS of 31% or less. Anything lower than 31% means that you're making a profit. And in my opinion, 50 cents is a profit. $2 is a profit because profit is profit. And don't forget that the more sales you bring in as well, the better your BSR is. And the better or lower your bestseller rank BSR, the more organic sales you will get in return as well. Now here's a pro tip that you can try implementing it when you're running your Amazon PPC campaigns. It might be a little bit tedious, but I think it's worth trying. So a simple strategy you can use to maximize your ad spend is to keep your daily ad budget to a minimum of $1 throughout the day, and then boost it up later during these two periods, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you get more clicks and more conversion because a lot of other sellers have already exhausted their resources before that. And when it comes to this time, this is like the peak time shoppers jump on Amazon to make a sale. So according to Excelco, one of the companies online, sales peak during these two periods, during Cyber 5 weekend coming soon, and also the holiday season, and you want to capitalize on that. Now, the main reason behind keeping daily ad budget at a minimum of $1 is to keep the Amazon A9 algorithm on the move and collecting data. Keep in mind to not turn off your ads unless you want to create a new campaign, because this will reset the algorithm as far as I know. So, okay, similar to driving, when you hit the brakes and then accelerate again, the algorithm has to restart and build the momentum once more and start collecting data that's best optimized for clicks and conversion. So if you haven't started running your ad campaign, or you're still contemplating, or you don't care at all, now would be the great time to put those knowledge into practice, especially if you want to prosper from the upcoming holiday season. Cyber 5 weekend, Christmas sales, New Year sales. And it's important to plan ahead for your ads so that you make the most out of your ad spend. Now keep in mind that keyword bids can get more expensive during the competitive holiday season, depending on your niche, because a lot of sellers are bidding high and high to try to get visibility and also ultimately sales and conversions. So this means that you will need to increase your daily budget and your keyword bids to increase your visibility and also to stay competitive. Now, we can go on discussing about PPC strategies on how to scale your Amazon business, but if you don't start applying, you never get results and build the business of your dreams. So I'm going to leave you with this quote by the great Walt Disney. So the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So thank you very much for watching my presentation up to this point. And just a quick question, how did you go with that? I hope you get lots of insights, go nuggets, and written down notes to help you get started. Comment win below in the comment box if you're feeling excited to implement this strategy for your Amazon e-commerce business. Thank you once again. Bye guys.